Hello. OpenAI Agents SDK have been attracting a lot of eyeballs recently, and I use it a little bit. I feel like it's just powerful, although we already have LangChain Lang Graph. Today, I want to share about some of this cool feature. Uh, let's start with the context. So context, how do you understand this concept? When you're running your agentic flow, you don't want to hallucinating your context window. You don't want to give LLM tons of the info. You want to write down some of the important thing into a thing called notepad or a state machine. If you use a LangChain, it's called a graph state or something, and then you use it later when you need that. Basically, you save some of your info into somewhere and use it later. By doing that, you can eliminating a lot of your, hallucinating to the LLM context window, that kind of thing. Let's see how it works. I learned it a little bit, and I kind of come up with this very trivial example here, and I want to show you how it works. So let's start with this pandemic model. Imagine you are running a gym membership system where you take in a new uh, gym member. You want the member to fill out some of this info, name, age, gender, height, weight, medical history. And also you want to use LLM to find some recommended exercises for this new member. And also you want to use the recommended exercises based on this info to find some of the product they need to buy. This can be creative, but I'm just using this as an example. A product you want to buy from here. So let's see how do I do it? How do I build this agent? I have a orchestrator agent or triage agent here. Hey, your orchestrator agent that help the user to find to manage their health. Here's a workflow, and I ask the agent to call two sub agent. One is access recommendation agent. Another one is a product recommendation agent. Here I'm attaching the sub-agent as tool, but OpenAI has this concept of hands-off. I'll make another video about that, but for now, I'll just use agent as tool. So let's take a look at those sub-agent. Here one is accesses, recommendation agent, your helpful assistant that help user to find out the exercises. And here I'm attaching a tool called Find Access Recommendation. Similarly, for the product recommendation agent, attaching the tool to find the product recommendation. So let's take a look at this tool. For the Find Access Recommendation agent, um, here's is where this context uh, take a very important role here. So this wrapper is what we passed as a parameter as a context. So whatever this wrapper.context is gonna be the state or the class you pass in. For example, in this case, it's a new member. Where do I pass that? I'll show you that later. We'll come back to this point. Um, but but let's go over this flow first. I say, hey, I'm who. This is a name. This is a year old, and this is my gender, and I have this is a medical history. What is the best accessor for me? And here I'm just want to be creative. I use perplexity to get out the to do some query search online to get me this result. And then another thing here, here's the access I'm going to do. What is the best product for me to buy? Very similarly. So let's take a look at this wrapper thing. Um, when you build up this agent, all the agent uh, here, when you start to run this agent, you don't pass the context in when you build up this agent. You only pass this safety check thing, like new member thing here. This is where you pass this context. When you start to run agent, as my starting agent is a triage agent, this is my context. I'm passing Jimmy to here. This is my class member, Jimmy. This is name, age, gender, height, weight, medical history, I have a history of back pain. Right now, the recommended access and the products are empty. Later, we will be using those sub-agent to fill out those info. So when you pass this Jimmy to context, and when you come back to here in the tool, wrapper, again, wrapper.context will get this Jimmy instance, and then you can not only retrieve this info, but also write new info to here. For example, here, wrapper.context or recommended accesses will be the result from the perplexity query out. And that's about that. And let's take a run first and see how it works. Oh, here also I'm using cursor to give me a pretty printout from the console. Let's run it. Okay, I'm getting the result. Let's take a look together. Here's the Jimmy. This is age, medical history, and this is where I get my recommended exercises. So I have a couple things, a couple options for the upper back pain, lower back pain, general advice, and also based on those exercises that are recommended. Here's the product I need to buy. For example, the roller, the ball, yeah, resistant band. It seems like that. So during agentic flow, it fills up this information. That's pretty cool. Let's run another one, see how it's different. Let's call this one as Tommy. Let's say it's 55. Oh, I have a diabetes and high blood. Okay, let's say this guy is 60, 100. Let's take another run. Okay, I'm getting the result again. Let's take a look. Tommy. And here's my recommended exercises: cycling, yoga, swimming. Additional start slowly because I have blood diabetes and high blood pressure. Recommended products: treadmill, stationary bag, something like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. From this example, it seems very trivial to use the context, but in your case, again, this can be huge. This can impact your agentic flow by a lot. You can make your agent more reliable, more accurate. Yeah. Comment below if you have any other idea or real use case you want me to do, and I'll do another video for that. Thanks.